obviously, obviously, I enjoy doing these podcasts, and I hope you enjoy them too. But it's a labor of love, and why? Why is it a labor of love? Am I trying to get business? Well, yeah, of course. You've heard me say this before. I'm a Christian first, and I'm a capitalist second. But I feel as my staff feels that we've been given certain gifts, and what we have with every single staff member is a passion for what we do. We literally love what we do, and we have people that get a great response from it and develop and grow from it or whatever, get something that changes their life. It's a major compliment to us. But I find also that I'm fighting a lot of times what other people in my field do, and where I find that most often is the resistance to having a consult, the resistance to actually just sitting down and talking to us. I want to break that down today, and I want to remove the fear associated with a consult today on the Personalized Fitness Podcast. Good day and welcome to the Personalized Fitness Podcast. My name is Garrett Williamson. I'm president of Personalized Fitness. Thank you so much for joining me today on this. Is kind of it's somewhat unique. This is one very near and dear to the heart. I don't know in my podcasts that aren't. But this is one I deliberated on a bit on whether or not I was going to do this, and it's because it's talking about what do we do in a consult, and why would I do a podcast about consults? Well, it's basically wrapped around the fear associated with having a consult. I'll get into that in a second, but let me tell you how to get in touch with us if you want to set a consult or if you have any questions about this. Please reach out to me at area code 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE. You can also call me you can contact me at Garrett, Garrett, at personalizedfitness.com. That's my email address. Personalizedfitness.com is our website. You can contact us that way. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook page where you may be seeing this podcast today at Personalized Fitness, and hit me up on X at Team PE if you're so inclined. All right, why would I talk about this? Why would I talk about the consult? Well, obviously he's trying to get people to call him a consult so he can sign clients. Well, yeah, okay, I'm Christian first and capitalist second. But I promise you that's not why. I guarantee you that's not why. I'm talking about this because I want to discuss the fears associated with having a consult. Now, what am I talking about? Well, I'm not the first personal trainer. I hope that's blatantly obvious. But we do feel strongly that we have perfected the craft. But too many times, and I really don't know how many. I mean, I think it's probably more than I even think it is. We have individuals that really would like to sit down and talk to us. Whether or not they do anything with us, they like to get some information, like to find out, at least investigate what we do. But they have a fear associated with it. And why? Like I said, I'm not the first personal trainer. And there's a lot of people out there calling themselves personal trainers because it's an unlicensed field. And there may be people that even have a degree in doing, straight above board as far as personal training is concerned. But they did what they call a consult. Hey, just come on in. We want to talk to you. That's all we want to do. Actually, what we want to do is we're going to try to get you in here and we're going to try to sell you something. That's what we're going to do. It's high-pressure sales. And I know about that. I know it still exists. It still exists in a lot of the facilities, period. But especially in the big box gyms. Nothing against them. We're blessed with several really nice fitness facilities here in my hometown. I've worked out in those literally all around the world. And it's great facilities. Nothing against them. But they are it's a different business model. Very different business model. And high pressure sales is typically a part of it. And even though the first thing they'll tell you is we don't do high pressure sales, and then they turn into doing high pressure sales. So can we get started today? And why can't you start? And why do you need your wife's opinion? And whatever. That doesn't exist here. Well, of course, Garrett, what are you going to say? You don't do high pressure sales. Wow, I'm really surprised to hear that. Well, let me tell you why we don't. And let me give you the proof. Why we have no need to do that, no interest in doing that. I don't like that. It's annoying to me to get into a high pressure sales situation, and why? And I'll tell you why. This would be counterproductive for us to get into that. It's very simple, and pardon me, but I'm going to be very blunt. It may sound braggadocious. And I don't mean to be that, but we've been in business for 24 years. I myself have been a personal trainer for 33 years. And if you've been in business for 24 years and you've never had a contract with a client, which is, we can prove it, we can show you, we've never, there's not a single client ever tell you, yeah, they had a contract with me. No, we've never had a contract with a client. If you've been in business that long, you've never had a contract with a client, and you don't have some kind of unlimited funds supporting you because your business is so bad. If you've been in that business that long, then you must be successful. And give the devil his due. I mean, not many businesses stick around for 24 years. Unless they have just a wall of cash and they're using it to lose money and they don't care about it and whatever. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not independently wealthy. I've applied for that job several times, but I don't think they're hiring. So, obviously we're doing something right. Well, here's some other data. And I've shared this before, and quite frankly, I love sharing it because I'm very proud of it. But a little bit of numbers about personalized fitness. According to IHRSA. Now, IHRSA is, for those of you who don't know, they're actually rebranding, and I'm not sure their new name now, and I'm an IHRSA member, and I'm not sure what their new name is. But because they've just recently started a rebranding. IHRSA is the International Health Racquet and Sport Association. It is the largest association of health and fitness facilities around the world. There's FBA also, Fitness Business Associates. It's a small organization. I'm a member of that too. I've done some podcasts for them. And a great organization, don't get me wrong. But IHRSA is the big daddy. IHRSA is, if this were a medical situation, IHRSA would be our AMA. And IHRSA are the ones that do surveys and do the research on the industry as a whole and actually publish that research for their members so we can kind of learn what's going on in the industry and where we are doing wrong, what we're doing right, where we rank, what have you. Well, according to IHRSA, the average tenure of a personal training client, how long a client is a personal training client, how long they stay with you, is 18 months. 18 months, only 18 months. That's the average. The average, not just some, not just whatever, the average tenure of a personal edge fitness client is 6.5 years. It's a lot more than 18 months. I'm also proud to say that according to IHRSA, the average career tenure, how long somebody is a personal trainer, it's 2 years. The average tenure of a personal training career is 2 years. So many people out there with kinesiology degrees and they're not doing anything in fitness. The average tenure, I'm very proud to say, the average tenure of a personal edge fitness staff member is 7 years. And we want it to be longer. So obviously we're doing something right. Something else. You may know of a personal trainer. May know of a personal trainer that's not in our facility, not associated with personal edge fitness. And you might want to think about, how busy are they? Oh, they got a lot of clients. They're real busy or whatever. How many sessions do they train a day or whatever? That session rate, the average session rate, interviewing some people recently, interviewed a few people that were working at I'm not going to name it, but it was a big box facility, nice facility here in Mobile. And they were successful, quote unquote, successful trainers. And on a good day, they would see 4 sessions. To give you an idea, our exercise scientists on average 15 sessions a day. Personalized fitness sees 400 sessions a week. 400 a week. We don't know of any facility. Right now we are reaching out to IHRSA to find out, okay, where does that rank? We're curious. When I say sessions, I don't mean, and when I say, clients are tenure of 6.5 years for a client, I'm not talking about, Joe Smith, he trained with us. We count him as a personal training client. And the reason we count him is because he came in there for 3 months and then he left and we haven't seen him since, but that's a personal training client. We're going to count it. No. 6.5 years constantly with us every single week, anywhere from 2 to 5 days a week training with us on a regular basis, 6.5 years. Why do I tell you all these numbers? Well, obviously I'm very proud of them. The other reason I tell you, if we stop now, I mean, we're growing at a fantastic rate. I'm very blessed. I feel very proud. We're launching the B3 program. We know that's going to generate more people for us and add a whole nother profit center, if you will, to the business. We have another big launch we're going to be doing that probably most likely be a massive game changer. We're going to do all those things. But what if we didn't do any of those things? We just stopped right now. And we just said, okay, let's just maintain what we've got. Let's keep the staff we have. Let's maintain the clients we have. If we end up losing a client, let's replace that client. losing that staff member, let's replace that staff member. We just stay right here. It'd be a very successful business. I'd have more people interested in purchasing it. We would be able to retire. We'd be fine, perfectly fine. Don't wish that. We still want to grow. And I will continue to want to grow the business until it's such time that it doesn't fit my lifestyle. It puts me in a lifestyle that I'm not interested in living. And at that time, I'll have a decision to make. Stop growing, sell the business, step aside, let somebody else run the place, whatever. But what does that got to do with consults? Well, honestly, I'd love to work with everybody. We would love to have the opportunity to train everybody. Absolutely. But do we honestly need to do high-pressure sales to get people in here? Quite frankly, no. No. It doesn't mean I don't want you. I'd love to have you come train with us. Love when I have a consult. Love when I have the potential for signing with somebody. Signed somebody yesterday. Signed somebody 2 days ago. Going to sign 5 this week. That's great. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. But what I really enjoy, not only me, but our entire staff, because they have a passion for what they do, is that opportunity to sit down with somebody, listen to their what we call their X's and O's. I've got a this injury, or I want to lose weight, or I've struggled with this part of my health, or whatever, and then give them answers. I guarantee you, everybody that walks out of one of our consults, we have made their health journey better strictly because of that consult. And I used an example of somebody I met with last week, and they didn't join. They haven't joined. They may call back and join. I have no idea. They're welcome to. I'd love to have them. But we may never hear from them again. But that particular potential client walked out of that consult knowing things that she had never heard before. One of the things that she learned about was the importance of water. She had a major struggle that she had experienced in her life, and it was really causing problems for her. She had actually worked with somebody recently that problem rose its head again, and she couldn't get around it. I gave her the answer to it, gladly, in detail. Obviously, we're at 12 minutes right now on this podcast. Obviously, I like to talk. So did not mind sharing her. Gave her the keys to it. Gave her the answers to it. Even said, look, if you're not going to do something with us, perfectly fine. If you need me to help you find a place, born and raised in this town, know all the players, know the equipment and all the different facilities or whatever, and you need to find a less expensive option, do you need to find a different situation, whatever, more than glad to help you. But why would I want to do that? And why am I trying to convince you? Why am I trying to high-pressure sell you on the idea that I'm not going to high-pressure sell you in a consult? Well, maybe it's because I care. Maybe I'm telling the truth. Maybe I really do have a passion for health, fitness, and wellness that I think that the great divine basically set me on this earth to do. Which I do. I believe that. Put that all aside. Forget it. If you're thinking, yeah, Garrett, you're just going to talk to me about this because really dollars and cents, pal. That's it. You already said you're a capitalist. You want to make money. Okay, let's take it from what I call the dollar sign. It's a conversation I have with every single staff member before they sign up with us. That's what we call the dollar sign conversation. That person that came in here, and I spent that time with them, if I'm telling the truth, and I educated them and shared all that with them, and they didn't sign up with us. And they may go elsewhere. And maybe they'll call me and say, I can't afford your facility, whatever. Really want something close to my house, whatever. But I want to ask you about this place, or I want to go to this place and train, or whatever. And you would think, well, of course I'm going to badmouth. No, I'm not going to badmouth. I'm telling the truth. Whatever I'm telling them the truth about it, what I know about it. And if I have an opportunity to pick up a phone call and make a connection for them, I'd be more than glad to. Why? Forget about the passion thing. Think dollar sign only. Well, what do you think that individual is going to think about personalized fitness? Remember, they're not training here. They just came in for a consult. Well, you'd have to think if I helped them along their way, whether I made $1 off of it or not, that they have a high opinion of personal edge. Do you think at some point in time, they may have a friend or talk to somebody, or maybe they're in that facility and speak to somebody about it, and they get on the subject of personal training or fitness or health, or why are you doing that? Where'd you learn that? How do you think they'll speak about personalized fitness? How do you think they'll speak about me? I tend to think it would be favorable. that person or that person's friend, or that person's cousin, or 6 years from now, that person talked to somebody that taught somebody else that actually picked up the phone and called us and came in for a consult. And maybe they sign up with us. Maybe they don't. But no matter what, if you don't believe that my staff or I have the passion for what I do and the passion to help people, and gosh, how it, my poor wife, I bore her to tears with this. I'll come home and talk about it. I don't give details at all. We operate on here like we are governed by the Hippocratic Oath, which we're not, but or HIPAA laws, which we're not. But don't even to my wife, I don't divulge information about somebody, or I won't mention who they are or whatever. I'll just tell them in a great consult, I got a chance to talk about this and this and this and this, and I really think I helped them, and this is fantastic. Poor thing, she has to listen to those conversations. It makes my day. It makes my day. We get more excited in here about helping people than we ever do about the money we make off of it, period. But even if you don't believe that, even if you believe, oh, you're all about money, okay, then listen to that scenario I just told you. That person's going to go out, have nothing but a positive image about personalized fitness. And that one day, somehow, especially if we do it enough people, it's going to come back and help us. But I can't encourage you enough to if you're interested at all in learning something, and maybe you've got a routine, you've got a trainer you're working with, maybe you've got, I don't want to leave the place I've got, it's great, but I do have this question. I'm trying to Google it or whatever. Come and sit down right in front of me. I'm not going to sign up with you. I'm not going to sign up with you. I'm not going to do this, but I do want to answer this question. Be more than glad to. We live for that. You're making my day. If we can help you do that, please reach out to us at area code 251-278-3343. 251-278-EDGE. You can also reach me at Garrett, Garrett, at personalizedfitness.com. That's also our website, and Personalized Fitness is our Facebook page. Hit me up on X at Team P if you're so inclined. The consult. When it comes to your health, fitness, and wellness, I guarantee you that'll be the best amount of 30 minutes to an hour, even longer possibly, that you'll ever spend on it. And I promise you, you will leave that consult and it will help you get a lot closer. You will be steps closer to finding your level of wellness. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you next time.